What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Sports Mania. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my Week 9 NFL picks. This is the third time I've done it. I've tried it on my computer. It doesn't really work out that well. But I'm going to be doing Week 9 picks. Last week I went 8-6, my worst week out of the 3 weeks I've been doing it. My overall record's 30-12. So I hope you guys enjoy. Starting it off, Ravens-Colts. I think this one could go either way, but I think the Ravens come out with the dub right here. Not a big surprise. I just think the Ravens are just a much better team. Colts have had the Ravens had a tough time in the Steelers game, but I still think they'll bounce back to win this one. I'll go ahead and say 31-23 Ravens. Then next is going to be Texans, Jaguars. Both teams are 1-6, so I mean, both of these teams are pretty bad. It's going to be a game more of, rather than who's going to get third place, it's going to be rather of who's going to get last place in the division this season. And I'm going to go right ahead, and I think it's going to be the Texans winning this one. Just the the Jaguars aren't doing. Just the team is just so atrocious. The defense is awful. The offense isn't good either. Minshew's not Minshew mania this year. And the Texans are the same thing, but I mean, if you look at the both of the rosters, Texans are the better team. I think the Texans will win 28-24. And then the Raiders-Chargers on Sunday Night Football. This game's, I think, going to be a good one, all right? You got the Raiders. Chargers, you got a team like the Chargers with a rookie quarterback carrying the team, and the only reason why they've won 2 games, and the only reason why they had a shot, they did win the Bengals game in Week 1, but hey, I don't think Herbert is not going to be able to get it done. He carries his team, and the Raiders have looked really good, okay? They had a really great confidence booster against the Chiefs, so they won that game, and they looked really good, to be completely honest. Then they, I think they had the Bucks like 2 weeks after. It was sort of like, oh, okay, this is, the Bucks kind of pulled away at the end. But then they bounced back with an amazing defensive performance against the Browns, winning 16-6. So I think the Raiders are going to get the dub right here and win 28-17. And then the Patriots-Jets. We've had a really tough time this year. I'm a Patriots fan if you're new watching, but I still think we'll win, all right? The Jets are just so bad this year that I can't see us losing. If we lose, I don't even know what to say, but we got to come out with the dub. We got to come out with the dub. I think we're just a better team, even though we've lost 4 games in a row. It's a must-win game. I mean, if we win this game, we move to 3-5, and then we have the Ravens. So, I mean, if we win this game and somehow beat the Ravens, I think we're right back into playoff contention. But we'll see how this one goes. I think we will win 28-24, though. And then moving on, Bills-Seahawks. This is going to be a really good game. And recently, Josh Allen hasn't looked amazing, all right? The Bills haven't looked amazing in general. I mean, they got destroyed by the Titans. They lost to the Chiefs. They didn't look amazing in the Seahawks game. They didn't look amazing in the Jets game. Yeah, they did win, but they still allowed 17 points against the Jets. But, I mean, I think this one could go either way. As the Seahawks, I think the Bills are going to come out on top, though. Just because the Seahawks aren't really an amazing team. I mean, they are an amazing team, but that Cardinals game, they played really bad. And so I still think they're a really good team, but I think that it's about time for Josh Allen to have one of those really good games like he did in the first 3 weeks. So I think I'll go with the Bills right here, and I'll say 24-23. And then moving on, the Chiefs-Panthers. This one I think will be a great game. All right, you got a team like the Chiefs. I mean, I think this one will be an upset. I don't think the Panthers will win, but I think it will be a close game. All right, I think the Panthers, I don't know the updates about Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, I remember he got hit in the Falcons game on Thursday Night Football last week, but then he was on the bench, and he looked fine. So, I mean, I will see that. I think the Chiefs will win, though. Either way, 38-20, the Chiefs. And then the Falcons-Broncos. This one, I think, will be a great game. The Falcons-Broncos, I don't know what to say about this one. I mean, you got a Falcons team who has a lot of talent but just can't execute. Got a Broncos team who doesn't have a lot of talent but still executes. The Broncos are an okay team. Like, what's their record? What's the Broncos? They're 3-4, right? They're not bad. But I think they could be better. I don't think they're as good as the Raiders this year, and I don't think they will be as good as the Raiders. But I think the Falcons come out with the win. I know a lot of Broncos fans will be upset about this pick and be like, the Falcons, they blew a 20-point lead against the Cowboys. They blew a 16-point lead against the Bears. Yeah, I understand that, but they also looked really good in the Vikings game and the Panthers game. All right, I think the Falcons still are a great team, all right. I mean, Julio Jones is back, Calvin Ridley's there, Russell Gage, and I don't think the Broncos' defense is good enough to stop Todd Gurley, Russell Gage, Julio, Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan. I think it will be a high-scoring game, but I gotta go with the Falcons. Just my gut team, 34-30, Falcons. And then Titans-Bears, another close one. Who do you go with here? Honestly, like the Titans, another team who's been rough around the edges. I mean, they've lost 2 games in a row against the Steelers and the Bengals. The Bengals game, they looked absolutely awful. But I mean, you got a Bears team who hasn't looked you have a Bears team who hasn't looked amazing. I mean, they look good in the Saints game, but there's still a lot they could have done to win that Saints game. The Rams game, they looked absolutely awful. So I mean, in recent weeks, neither of these teams have looked good. But I think the Titans will come out on top. All right, Titans. It's at home. The Titans just got a lot of talent. I just think that I don't know how the Bears are going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. I don't think Khalil Mack has done nearly as well as he hasn't done well this year. Akeem Hicks isn't going to carry this defensive line to stop Derrick Henry. Yeah, and then if Tannehill wants to drop back and throw the ball, he's still got A.J. Brown and a lot of other targets, Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith. So I think this one will be a close one, but I'll go 28-22 Titans. And then Cardinals-Dolphins, Sunday Night Football in Arizona. I'm going to go with the Cardinals right here. Just think the Cardinals are I think the Cardinals are a much better team. I mean, we all saw what the Dolphins did to the Rams last week. I mean, Tua's first drop back snap was a sack for a fumble. Yeah, I realized that. Then he came back and won the game. But I still think that the Dolphins are a good team. I think just because of a loss, that doesn't mean they're bad. Tua can't just run the ball the whole game to his running backs and by himself and throw short passes against the Cardinals. I mean, they don't have Chandler Jones, but they're going to be punted every single drive. And then when Kyler Murray gets on the field, he's going to make something happen with D-Hop, Fitzgerald, Kirk, Isabella, Williams, Cantrell. I don't know if Cantrell's on that team. But I mean, last week he only had 93 yards and Fitzpatrick didn't play at all. It was him the whole game. He only threw 93 yards in his debut. So I just think that you can't just throw short passes and run the ball the whole game. You can't do that in the NFL. Maybe Lamar Jackson can, but even Lamar Jackson threw a little bit more than that. So I think the Cardinals are going to come on top with a 35-26 win. And then the Steelers-Cowboys, wasn't this the Hall of Fame game? Yeah, this was the Hall of Fame game. It got canceled because of COVID-19. But yeah, it was this was like the Troy Polamalu class game. I think the Steelers win this one. I mean, the Steelers have easily looked like the best team in football. I don't know why in power rankings. I don't do power rankings, but if I did, I don't know why people have the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Ravens in front of them. They have easily been the best team in the NFL, right? They've come out. I think they could beat the Chiefs fair and square. I think as a Patriots fan, I don't care. I'm not biased. they're much better than the Patriots. They're better than the Ravens. They're better than the Chiefs. All right, this is the best team in the NFL at this point. They're 8-0. They're going to be 9-0. They're going to become the 1 seed. They're the 1 seed now. They're going to stay at the 1 seed. They're killing the Cowboys this game. Ben DiNucci should be, on average, throwing about 300 yards a game, 4 touchdowns. All right, whoever is the Dallas quarterback, I'm not just blaming it on Ben DiNucci, just with the amount of weapons. But you got Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Blake Jarwin, Zeke, a stacked offensive line, and not an awful defense. But they still find a way to screw things up. They looked awful in the Philly game. They should have won that with Dak or Dalton, with Dak or not. They should be in the playoffs, and they should be 5-2. None of this. I don't even care. I just think that they should be. The Cowboys are atrocious. So it's gonna be. I think the final score will be 38-7 Steelers, and then the Packers 49ers, which is actually tonight. As you see in the top corner, it is 2:07. The game will be happening in about 6 hours. I think it's in San Fran, Thursday Night Football. I think even in San Fran, I can't bet on the 49ers. I can't pick the 49ers this game. All right, just that many injuries. I think the Packers' offense has looked much better. With Bosa or not, I still think the Packers are the better team. The 49ers were a completely different team last season when they won 37-20. Wow, if you want, it's really cringy, but you guys can go back and watch my video from like 9 months ago when I did that Packers 49ers championship report. I used to call them reports. But that game, it was a completely different team, right? The Packers, Aaron Jones wasn't as good as he is now. Devontae Adams wasn't looked at as a top 5 receiver. The Packers defense was very much disrespected, and the Niners offense was much better. I mean, they had Emmanuel Sanders at the time. They had Raheem Mostert they still have. He's hurt. They had Matt Breida. It was a completely different offense. It was a completely different defense. They had DeForest Buckner. They had just a lot more talent. Now they don't. They don't even have Bosa. Yeah, they're not winning this one. I'm sorry, but I got the Packers winning this one. 31-20 Packers. And Giants Washington football team. Both these teams, I think personally the Giants have looked like the best team in football. I mean the best team in the NFC East. But I think the Giants will win this one. I mean, we all seen the Washington football team come out and beat the Eagles and beat the Cowboys, and all that cool stuff. Week 1, Eagles weren't ready. The Eagles didn't expect the Washington football team and Dwayne Haskins to come out that well. Yeah, neither did I. And then the Cowboys, Dalton got injured. Those are the 2 reasons. And the Cowboys, that's why. Looking at the Giants, though, they've had a couple really good games, but they've lost them, right? The Cowboys game, I don't know how they didn't win that one. Just based on how bad the Cowboys are, I don't know how they didn't win that one, but they didn't. And then the Eagles game, they were so close. But I still think the Bucks game, they looked amazing. I mean, it came down to a 2-point conversion on the 2-yard line. It wasn't like a 41-3 landslaughter. So I think that the Giants are going to come out and win this one. I'm going to go. They won the last meeting, but I think it'll be 23-20. 23-19 Giants. 23-20 Giants. Then Vikings-Lions. I think this one could go either way. I mean, right now the Vikings are. Where are the Vikings? The Vikings are the 13th seed in the NFL. The Lions are the 10th seed in the NFL. I mean, if you look at it on paper, both these teams are really bad. But I think the Vikings are going to come out on top this week. As much as I would like to say it's going to be the Lions, it's not going to be. All right, the Vikings just seem like they're going to get it together this week. They've had so many close games other than the Falcons game. I don't know what happened that game. But, I mean, the Seahawks game, they look good. The Titans game, they look good. The Packers game, they just beat the Packers. I think they're going to bounce back and win the Lions game, maybe have a reset. Maybe they can come back and maybe get into like a 7-9 spot to end the year. So I think they will win this one, and I'm going to go ahead and say it will be 24-21. I'll say 27-23 Vikings. And then Packers, Bucks. The Saints, Bucks final game I'm going to be talking about. Sunday Night Football in Tampa Bay. I think the Bucks come out on top. To be completely honest, the Bucks are just, you got to respect the Bucks, all right? They're just they're a very good team, all right? The Saints, I completely respect the Saints. They had a great win against the Bears last week. But I just don't think the Saints are good enough to beat the Bucks at this point in the season, especially if Michael Thomas isn't playing. The Bucks are just looking like the best team in the NFC. To be completely honest, I don't think there's one team better than them in the NFC. Maybe the Seahawks are better than them. The bracket now, after my predictions, the Seahawks are the 5th seed, which is weird. But yeah, like I was saying, I can't predict the Saints winning this one. I just have too much faith in Tom Brady and Mike Evans to get the job done. I think Tom Brady definitely has not had good chemistry with the Buccaneers at all. I think he's had a lot more meltdowns than usual. He's slammed his helmet. He's thrown the iPads they use for playbook. He hasn't looked good, but his numbers are still fine. And I think he didn't do well in the Giants game, but I still think he'll get the job. He got the job done like he always does. Sunday Night Football, Bucks win. I'm going to go right ahead. I'm going to say it's going to be 30-22. 30-20. I'll say 34. I'll go right ahead and say 34-26. I'll say 34-26 Saints. Buccaneers. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment down below what you think about these picks. Seahawks franchise could be possibly out tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed. So, we're on the road to 150 subs. We're at 109, so I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out. Go Patriots.